Salutations, I'm Hannah. Welcome to my beauty art commentary channel. If you would like to follow me on my social media, wait till the end of the video or check the link in my description. My previous videos were non-tutorial beauty videos, and in this video we're talking about J. Cole, we're talking about Noname, we're talking about that whole situation. So the situation that we're talking about is the whole J. Cole Snow on the Bluff situation. I'm not gonna dissect his song here because it's been done already. I'll leave a link to someone dissecting it if that's something that you would want to see. So yeah, in this video we're gonna be talking about phrases or topics concerning the things of misogyny, tone policing, ad hominems, misogynoir, and gaslighting. So misogyny is the hatred or ingrained prejudices of women or about women. Tone policing is an ad hominem that detracts validity and attacks tone rather than the message that the person is conveying. An ad hominem is a fallacious argumentative strategy that is used to attack the person, their character, rather than the argument, the content of the discussion at hand. Misogynoir is misogyny towards Black women based on that intersection of both being Black and a woman. And gaslighting is psychological manipulation that makes someone question themselves, their sanity, etc., etc. What happened was Noname, he put up a tweet So she posted this, deleted it, and then J. Cole wrote Snow on the Bluff, you know, was running in the studio, had to like record because it was a pressing matter, you know, he had to address this. And instead of, you know, telling us what he's been doing recently or, you know, disproving what she said or addressing what she said in general, he decided to tone police her and say that basically her tone was bothering him. He used the phrase, the name, the word queen, as if it was supposed to make his comment less misogynistic. And so, yeah, that's not really a matter of opinion. It's more so a fact. So, yeah, after he wrote his song, Noname put out a song called Song 33. And if you have not listened to it, I will link it because, honestly, my opinion of the whole thing is basically J. Cole knows the type of artist that he is. He knows that he's woke. He knows that he has influence. He knows that he has money. He knows all of these things, okay? And for Google is free. Like, books, you can buy books. Like, you have enough money. You go out of your way not to talk about these things almost because it seems that you have no issue running to the booth when it comes time to defend yourself or to tone police a Black woman. And it's not just about her, because these talking points, the things that he said about her or Black women in general, they're misogynistic. Because in the same breath, you know, when Black girls are just having a conversation amongst themselves, or how many Black commentary YouTubers have you seen comments be filled with white people, white women mostly, commenting, why are you yelling at me? I felt like you were yelling at me. I felt like you were angry. Why are you so mad? It's condescending. It's not you trying to understand why someone would be upset. It's more of you trying to not feel bad. Sometimes you need to feel bad, bro. Like, it has to happen sometimes, dude. So for me, it's more like you have the means, the platform to do something more than protest, you know? And yes, protesting is great. Show your solidarity, show all these things, but do more. You can do more. You have more than enough to do more, you know? And so it's just It's just that simple, honestly. If you were really dedicated to the cause or to protecting Black women. Editing right now, but I wanted to add a little point, like, because I've seen and heard a lot of mostly Black cis heterosexual men saying things like, you know, stop depending on strangers to protect you, to like Black women and Black queer people and stuff like that. And they're the same ones that are angry or angered by the fact that we're encouraging one another to burn the cape or to stay on code or to, you know, not put your energy and stuff like that into these Black men that don't care about you. So it's kind of weird, because back when the Stephen Clark thing happened, there were literal people that were demonizing Black women, Black whoever, for deciding that they don't really want to protest. Yes, taking a Black life is never excusable, but why must we as Black women, we as Black queer people, we as Black people with intersections, why do we have to always come at the expense of ourselves, basically? So it's like, it's just unfair, you know, because Black men don't do the same thing for Black women and Black queer people. So it's not even an equivalency. Or protecting Black queer people, then it wouldn't even be a conversation, you know? And then that also goes into the whole, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, because, you know, if it really didn't apply to you, why are you responding? Like, why did it hit you hard enough for you to write a whole song when everything that's been happening didn't hit you hard enough for you to write a song? You know? I've seen people kind of downplay it and make it seem like J. Cole doesn't make music about Black plight and about all these things, conscious things, you know? They act like his following isn't a bunch of dudes, a bunch of people that go around claiming they're woke, claiming they're conscious, dissing mumble rap and all these other things, because they believe that J. Cole's this woke dude. They believe he's so smart. They look up to him, you know? But when it's time to give them something to look up to, he chickens on his, like, I'm a celebrity, you know? It's not really my responsibility to speak to my people, is basically what he said. Honestly, this is the time that we need to be able to have, like, civil rights music part 2, you know? Like, artists really need to do better. We have little to no encouragement, you know? There's little to no escape for people that are going through all of these things. Yeah, sure, there's little campaigns and stuff like that, but people need to hear the voices of the people that they're listening to all day, every day. And, like, the irony that he's making money off of this song from Black people when he could have been using the same medium, you know? He could have done something better. But he did this. I don't think cancel culture or call out culture, whatever, it's not supposed to be as toxic as people like to make it sound like, because I as someone that's consuming your product, consuming your work, consuming whatever, have all right and all authority to tell you and give you feedback on, like, what's going on or where you need to be at during this particular time or whatever. Because in the same way Jackie Aina called out Fashion Nova and all these different companies that profit off of Black people, that make money off of Black people and Black designs and Black bodies, but they weren't being vocal enough, they weren't doing enough. And that's where we are. Yes, we don't really want to hear from celebrities. You have the means to do more than just say something on Twitter. But the point of Noname's tweet was, you guys aren't even doing that. So you can't be mad, bro. Like, you really can't. You don't get to be mad, because it's not the J. Coles that are caught up in this. It's the poor Black people. I think something that's really important to take away from when people are criticizing people is that when I say something that you did or said or thought was racist, was misogynistic, was homophobic, was transphobic, etc., 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 it's not saying that you as a person are those things. It's saying that sentiment is aligning with those modes of oppression. And so when you forego that, when you just overlook it because you have the privilege to do that, that becomes lethal, because people die because of racism, because of misogyny, because of homophobia, because of transphobia, you know? And it's so unfair to say that right now we're fighting for black men, okay? Right now we're only fighting for the black men that are being killed by the police. We're fighting for this, that, and the third. We're not worried about... And another thing, like, they're always like, oh, we're fighting for the collective of black people right now. We're fighting for our lives right now, right? And it's like, that only applies when it comes time that black men are being killed or something's happening to black men, or, you know, this, that, and the third. Then we become the warrior princesses. Then we become, you know, all these different things. Then we become, you know, the strong black woman. We become the allies, we become the frontliners. We become the people that are at the helm of everything, that are upholding black men. But then when we ask them to reciprocate, then it's like, oh yeah, they're not actually black, you know? People love to say they're pro-black, but they love to uphold things that tear down other black people that don't fit a certain mold. So it's like, it's not really pro-black. You're not really for the betterment, for the advancement of black people as a collective. You only want the people on your team to progress. You only want the people that align with you and what you look like and what you experience to live, while the rest of us fight for you, but you can't fight with us for the same thing, you know? And I don't think that it's too much to ask for black men, black celebrities, people that love the black dollar, you know? Our money is so like important to them. We buy their food, we buy their fashion, we make the trends, we make everything. We make the dance trends, we make all of it, you know? But when it comes time to give back to us, when it comes time to pour back into us, it's like nobody really cares, you know? Now that people are holding brands accountable, now everybody's standing in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. Now everybody's having little Black Lives Matter logos and sales and stuff like that, because they want our money, because they want to profit off of us. Your favorite celebrities, they're not making music, but when they make music, they're profiting off of your money. Regardless of if you like it, if you don't like it, if you're critiquing it, if you're not, they're still profiting off of your interaction with their brand. So it's not too much to ask for them to speak up on your behalf, for them to care about what you think. Because yes, you guys are celebrities and we don't want to hear what you have to say, but at a certain point, something's got to give, because we're all experiencing the same thing. We're all trapped in the house. We're all dealing with the same stuff. We need to know that you're human too. We need to know that we can count on you when times are like tough, you know? People in the civil rights movement and different stuff like that, like, as much as y'all love to say they were peaceful and this, that, and the third, they had to put their lives on the line, their families on the line, in order to enrich their people, in order to motivate their people in times that they were at rock bottom, you know? And right now, it's not enough just for the black man to be up there. We all need to be up there. We all need to be in the front lines. We are all experiencing the trauma and all these things that are happening. And some people are not being represented. Some people are not getting their justice. Some people are not talking about it enough. They're letting it die. They're letting it cool down. They're letting you have like your escape from things. And people love to say that. And sometimes we can't escape from it that much, you know? Like, when something is important, it needs to be important for longer than 1 week, longer than 3 days, to be honest, with social media, you know? Nobody watches TV anymore because we have short attention spans, you know? We can't focus on one thing for too long, you know? And those people that are saying, you know, black women and black LGBTQ IAP plus are creating division, but they will not admit that misogyny, homophobia, transphobia creates division. You are the problem. And you're the reason why we're reluctant to fight for you. We're reluctant to trust in you when you need our support, you know? So it's like, bro, you gotta do better. It's not just J. Cole. It's not just one celebrity. It's all of them, you know? Everything that's happening right now, it's like, y'all need to be on top of things, because we don't have the money. We're giving you all of our money, and you're not doing anything for us, you know? You're not helping us in any way. You're not doing anything for us. You're just sitting. You're just walking a little bit in the protest, and then you go back to your house, and you're not affected. You're not convicted enough to write one song about what's going on, to do one thing to give back to what's going on, you know? But when your ego's bruised, then it's a good time to like hop in the studio, you know? It's funny, right? Black men killing black women. We're not worried about the black men killing trans women. We're not worried about... So then why do you need me to be on the front lines? Why do you need me to organize? Why do you need me to be more educated than you so that I can teach you? Do you, like, there's a disparity there, and you cannot ignore it. It's so easy to try to like ignore it because it doesn't affect you. And that's the point of calling people out. That's the point of canceling people. That's the point of saying their name, so that you can draw attention to it, so that they can understand if they really are trying to profit off of us, off of our money, off of our fashion, off of our slang, off of everything about us, then they need to be able to really be about that, you know? You can't be like... You can't keep creating music, creating content for black people to consume, and consume, and consume, and consume. And when they're saying that they need you, they need more from you, you want to get offended. You want to throw a fit because they weren't nice about it, or because they expected more from you. We have the right to expect more from celebrities. We made you celebrities. The least you could do is give back to those people that made you celebrities, that are continuing to line your pockets, that are continuing to speak up for you for free. You're not paying them to listen to your music. You're not paying them to buy your art. You're not paying them to do any of these things. It's all very performative. It's never genuine. It's never you genuinely care about the people that gave you this platform. It's always thank you to my fans for this award and this, that, and the third. But it's never I'm going to speak up because I have the means to do so. We have all right to be angry, all right to say this is enough, to say you need to do better. We deserve better. We're not going to settle for less. It's just facts, you know? It's not being mean, it's not being rude, it's not having an attitude. Those are words that seem innocent at face value, and they're used as daggers in the backs of the people that are doing the most and getting the least. Because I get to be angry, I get to be bitter, but my anger and my bitterness makes me a strong black woman presenting person, you know? And then when it's time for revolution, when it's time for change, when it's time to do better, you want me to be strong for you. You want me to continue to labor for you, continue to give to you, continue to feed you. If that's... The hilarious thing is, you say that you don't read. J. Cole, you say that you don't read. And you're talking to Noname, and she has a free book club. You have money. You have platform. You have capital. It's not enough for some people to see you in the protest and take your picture for you. You need to say something. You are the one with the platform. You are the one that people are looking up to. Nobody's asking celebrities to be geniuses, you know? Nobody's asking famous people to just always know what to say or know what to do. But when we're actively telling you, hey, we need you. We need you to help, you know? We need you to be... We need to see you. We need to hear you. We need to understand you right now. And your only response is, well, I don't know why you expect that from me. It's not like... I didn't tell you that I know all this stuff. I didn't tell you that I was woke, so why are you expecting this from me? Well, no, you make money off of me because you say that you're woke, and I believe you, and I give you money. I'm paying you, and you can't give back. You can't
do better.